Hello and welcome. You're watching All About the W, your weekly deep dive of the WSS, star stories and standard performances. Let's break it all down. I'm Ash, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Guy. We are doing the post-match reaction to this Arsenal Chelsea versus Arsenal game, which let me tell you was a slight letdown in my opinion. A really quick run through of the basic stats in this game. So basically, Arsenal had 54% of the possession to Chelsea's 46%. The XG for Chelsea was 1.9, which doesn't mean that much because the on target XG was 0.04, which is
Yeah,
mad. Uh, Arsenal's XG was 1.5. Total shots were the same at 18, but shots on target, Chelsea only had one shot on target for the entire game to Arsenal's eight. There were five big chances missed, but I honestly feel like two of those chances just came after Arsenal stopped trying in the last 15, 20 minutes. And kind of a reversal, as Kai was pointing out, from the City game, where City had five big chances and they missed five big chances. In this, apparently, Chelsea had five big chances and missed five big chances.
yeah,
Um, 82% pass accuracy for Chelsea to 84% for Arsenal. Seven fouls committed to Arsenal's two, five offsides for Chelsea to Arsenal's one, which was the Steiner offside. I remember very clearly. Nine corners for Chelsea. I thought they could have done better on
yeah.
corners as well.
Yeah,
Um,
especially when that bit where I think we got like three or four corners together, kind of. We were putting pressure on Arsenal in that first half and should have taken
yeah,
advantage of that, which we did not.
yeah. Okay, Kyle, let's
Yes.
start from the very beginning. Okay, we've always made fun of Bombaster Bingo on this channel. When that lineup came out, I was somewhat all right with it. You had a problem with the midfield, especially. If you
Yeah.
wanna take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, after watching the game against Manchester City, like my immediate reaction to that game was, listen, I knew she was not going to play Nuskin in this game. So the most obvious change I thought would be made would be Lauren James coming in for Shoka Nuskin, which weirdly it was Guru Wrighton who came in. But even before that, I think prior to that itself, like one of the biggest takeaways for me from the Manchester City game was how isolated Sam Kerr was. You don't want Sam Kerr that isolated. When you play, like I understand Arsenal and City play similarly in that they like to play through the thirds, right? So, like, you want to test that system out. It works against City. We don't know if it works against, could potentially work against Arsenal. So, like, I understand the rationale, but you clearly saw issues in that game. Like, as a manager in that match against Manchester City, sure, you won 1-0, but then you have to be absolutely delusional to think that there was nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah,
And I felt like what Sonia did in this game was make it worse, which
yeah,
is, again, like, listen, we kind of laugh about Arsenal's midfield. We make fun of how, Kim Little is like will play forever for Arsenal. They'll make her play forever, and etc. etc. And Mariona oftentimes looks out of form or gassed or whatever. But the reality is that, like, it's a derby. Everyone's going to turn up. You have to assume that everyone's going to turn up. And what you did essentially was you took that midfield and you completely threw it off balance. Like, why would you play two midfielders in a game against Arsenal? Like, it makes zero sense to me. Like, especially with somebody like Wrighton, who, to be honest, is not, like, she's technically very good. Like, her touch is good and all of that, but she's not somebody who can wriggle out of tight spaces. She's not somebody who's going to win you duels. Like, that's what you want a midfielder to do. And that's why Lauren James needed to start. Because, like, I'm not saying she looked fantastic when she came off the bench, and this is my personal opinion. I always feel like Lauren James looks better when she starts. I don't think she looks very good when she comes off the bench. Like, she's not like the super sub that you want in your team. She's not that kind of a player. But yeah, I mean, like, if you did not see that Sam Kerr was isolated in that game against Manchester City, I do not know, like, what sort of managing you're doing with this team. Like I just have no words, honestly.
Yeah. Katya criminals are saying, seen Sonia's post match comments.
I haven't. I went to have peanuts and came back.
Katya criminal, if you could fill us in, we would love to know what Sonia Bombastor is
Do
saying.
enlighten us, please.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but let's move to like Arsenal. Like let's Chelsea obviously. So Arsenal, I have a lot of respect for them in this game because they were obviously playing under the cloche a little bit because they've had injuries. They had Olivia Smith suspended. Uh, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise that Rennes Legas did not have any selection
Yeah,
dilemmas. Sometimes with Arsenal, I feel like it's just a question of putting like 11 people out and like just putting faith in them and being like give them 2 3 games in a row.
yeah,
um and for once the Stina Russo combination worked for Arsenal. It
yeah,
doesn't always. So I feel like sometimes it's nice not to have the dilemma of too many choices. You just put out the best 11 you have for that position, like in each of their respective positions, and you go from there. So I
yeah.
think,
I think, the other thing is, I mean, I mentioned this in the live as well. I feel like it's one of those things, what galvanizes a team. Like I've seen this happen with Chelsea multiple times, and like the reality is that they had very little to work with, and I feel like Steph Catley is potentially injured, and she played on,
yeah,
and it's a derby, and that's what you do in a game like this.
yeah, yeah. We are not recommending that players play injured, but
Yeah, yeah, we're
yeah,
not, we're not.
but like, yeah, Abhinav saying, what color is London? Oh, please, Arsenal fans.
Oh, I'm colorblind actually, Abhinav, so I have no idea.
That is true, actually.
I am actually
Actually, Thai is
colorblind.
colorblind. So, Yaslep is saying Chelsea women players have let me down. They should have win this game today. This match played at the Bridge, not at the Emirates. I wish result was the opposite. Yeah, exactly. You're
Yeah,
playing at home in a derby. You know what? I didn't even care that Chelsea lost. My issue with Chelsea is that they didn't try. Like they are playing at
yeah,
home, you're playing a derby game. It's a must-win fixture to survive the league race, whatever. Still be competitive against City, and like this was your chance. This was the opportunity. Like this
yeah.
was a must-win six-pointer, however you want to put it. And
Uh,
this is
it's a
also a
hundred
team.
percent. Yeah, go on. Sorry,
It's
sorry.
also a team you're competing with for the Champions League spots. Like I know Chelsea fans are arrogant enough to believe that those spots are reserved for them always because they've won the
None
league
of
so
us
many
are
times.
delusional enough to think that, by the way. Like, honestly, like everything's on the line now. I feel
Yeah.
like the mentality of this team just it's starting to really annoy me. It's becoming starker and starker as the weeks go by, because this has been going on for quite a bit, right? Like it happened against Liverpool, they equalized, you couldn't score. It happened against City, they equalized. United, they equalized, you couldn't score. Everton, obviously, you lose. Now, remember what Arsenal did at the Emirates? They basically like scored a goal, right? I mean, listen, so many things went against them in that game. Like, in terms of, not so many things, just, I mean, the two offsides were offside, I'm sorry. But the Stina goal that did not stand. But you saw how they just came alive in that moment when Stina put the ball in the back of the net. They felt like they were hard done by. And then they went on to score a goal. And that is how Chelsea used to be. Like, I don't even recognize this body language and this mentality anymore with this club. Honestly, like I just um, problem solving in the match. Like, honestly, man, at halftime, why didn't you make changes? Like, Sam was still isolated. Wrighton still was like completely useless. I mean, I don't mean she as a player, but in the match, like she
In
couldn't
the
make
role
any
she has in
impact.
this system.
Yeah, yeah, she couldn't make any impact. And you saw the first half. It's again this thing where you're sort of convincing yourself that it's working when it's not. And I feel like what potentially happened was, in the first half we kind of finished on top, right? Chelsea kind of finished the first half on top. there is like a bit of momentum, bit of pressure on Arsenal, and then they're like, oh, actually, you know what? Let's can't keep doing what we're doing. But there are still issues there that you should potentially solve at halftime, which just wasn't done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so angry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. I have to say, like, though, for me, the best player on the pitch was Beth Mead. Even in that first half where it was like nil-nil, I thought Beth Mead was perhaps the best player on the pitch. She was getting into positions where she was, able to cross the ball in. There was this one time where she skinned Baltimore just a little bit, or was that Fox? One of the
I
two.
think that is
But
Fox. Yeah, yeah,
Beth Mead, I thought, was constantly sort of like, the thing about Beth Mead is she hasn't scored all season, but but she had 4 assists before this game, and the reason for that is she constantly like gets herself into positions where she can pass to Russo and or pass to Stina in this case. And like I thought that Chelsea should have shut her down quite much faster. The
yeah,
point of playing with a back three is that you're solid defensively, and I thought that there was that Arsenal was getting so much space for both the goals. I thought that for both the goals, the second goal especially, putting no pressure on Mariona Caldente on the edge inside the box is just suicidal. Like,
like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just like, okay, fine, you make those substitutions where there was nobody. Like, Walsh was completely out of position. There was no Cuthbert. There was no captain. Who was tracking Mariona Caldente? Like, who? Like, there was nobody. She was completely like free at the edge of the box. And like the moment that ball fell to her, right, I knew it was a goal. Like, there were three Chelsea players around her and all that, but nobody was in a like nobody's hips were facing the right direction to actually put any pressure on Mariona except for maybe Gurma. But oh god,
yeah, I
dreadful,
did think
dreadful.
Goma could have done better. I think Goma had two or three like slight slip
Yeah,
ups in this game.
I
I
don't think
have
she had a good
been
game at all.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. And I just feel like, like I don't understand this back three. I feel like it's a very, apart from Gurma, it's a very slow, stodgy back three. I know that Bronze is not slow. Like, Bronze can be fast despite her age, but like
Yeah,
not. It's not. I can't see it as it feels very slow and sluggish. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I think the back line. It's again. It's just off balance. Like it's easy to like sit here and blame Gurma. And today I thought Bright
Yeah,
had a good game. I don't
yeah,
think she was particularly bad, but
yeah,
I still feel like to get the like you need to have some kind of balance in that back line. Like your back line needs to like communicate, trust each other. And today I could like actually see like the lack of communication between Gurma and
yeah,
Bronze, for example.
yeah,
They were constantly the ones who were sort of dragged out of position. And Bronze,
yeah,
though, anyway, I feel like she's constantly dropping into the midfield and
yeah,
dropping back and doing all of that. So, like, clearly there is like a lack of understanding of roles in the back
yeah,
line. But the other
yeah,
thing, um, I think I want to talk about, probably we can talk about the title race after this. But the other thing that Chelsea was sorely lacking was to build out from the back.
yeah,
Uh, just nobody who can ping balls, nobody who can make
yeah.
line breaking passes, nobody who can carry the ball. Obviously, Bright tried to ping the ball out wide, and I will say, for all the criticism that I do give JRK, I do think there are like in terms of pushing forward and crossing and all of that, she is, I do think, head and shoulders above Ellie Carpenter. Defensively, also her work rate is incredible. Uh, she also brings down those balls that Millie Bright pings really well. But ultimately, we had no way to build out from the back. Uh, Hampton was struggling.
And it did not help that Hampton literally passed the ball to like Russo once and Mead once from goal kicks.
Exactly. And listen, I mean, this season is going to, Sonia's going to die on this back three hill. And we'll just have to watch it happen, watch it unfold. And that's yeah, that's just what it is, I guess. I just feel like ever since he switched to this back three, we haven't played like fluid football, you know. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
Carpenter looks better in a back four.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
Bronze looks like, just put two center backs, man. Don't put a full
yeah.
back at center back. And like I'm just so fucking sick of it. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Do you want to see what Mead and Bronze said? If you can copy paste it into the comments, that would be great, Couture Criminal. Uh, but yeah, we would be definitely interested. Ideally, we should have done this while we were taking a break. But
Yeah, I was having peanuts. I was
yeah, I was
stress eating.
having tea.
uh,
um, but yeah, absolutely. And like, I will also say that, like, as bad as the Chelsea midfield was, because like Brighton was an island and Cuthbert and Captain was just simply not working well together.
yeah,
But I, credit has to also be given to the Arsenal midfield. I think dropping Russo a little further back into a 10 really worked for them, because they had three technically gifted midfielders in
yeah,
Mariona and Russo, all working together. And it was evident that they were, just winning the ball off of Chelsea two or three times. They just won the ball off of Chelsea and just ran into space. And I was very surprised by how empty the midfield was for Chelsea. But at the same time, I was also like impressed with how they were winning the ball back. Um, we
honestly, like, huh? Go on, go on.
Bet me test BBC Sport. I just thought we figured out where we could hurt them, and we did that in the second half, especially. We put our chances away. I thought we could have.
On rest of the comment incoming, I'm
There's
guessing.
a comment, I think,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Word
word
limit
limit.
must be there. I think, yeah, in especially in the first 15 minutes of the first half, like the Chelsea midfield was absolutely non-existent. And again, I'm sorry, I know you're trying to sort of shift the focus to Arsenal. I'll
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
this one thing
No, no, no,
because it
no.
just came
Please, please continue. We are a Chelsea channel half,
to my
50%.
mind. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm also thinking, like, why are you playing captain? The
Yeah,
reason you're playing captain is because she is energetic, right?
yeah,
Uh, and then you're having Guru Raitan as somebody who's kind of leading the press. What is the point of that? Like, you've
yeah,
consistently played captain in the 10, and
yeah,
suddenly in a London derby, or even against Man City for that matter, no, I don't know what she did in the Man City game. Anyway, at least in a London derby, suddenly, magically, uh, like captain goes back to playing an 8, and Guru Raitan, who has not like played this level of football in a while, is suddenly your 10. Like, make it make sense. Like, I feel like she's kind of counting on that Samkar Guru Raitan like link up, which just never came. It just absolutely like never came.
yeah. To be fair, I don't even think that the ball was given to them enough times by the midfield for it to happen. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even
absolutely.
remember when Sam Kerr last touched the ball. Like in the first half, maybe, but
Samkar's
um,
footmark rating is in red, by the way.
yeah.
Like,
I
it's a
thought
very
we
tough
could have.
for a striker to get like red footmark rating.
Yeah, red is
Yeah,
insane. I
yeah,
thought we could have had more. We created more, and we are really happy to get the 3 points today. Apparently, I like scoring against Chelsea, but I love playing for this club, for this badge, and always get a goal. Feels like the first time. I'm very proud about that. I think Betmead should, like, rest on her laurels, definitely, because she was also, I think, their best player. Like, I think well deservedly, perhaps their best player. Uh,
yeah.
and
Also,
I
like Mariona and Kim Little were like, I mean, Kim Little especially was like quietly brilliant. Actually, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is why I was so surprised against United that Kim Little didn't start, because I felt like Kim Little was the difference maker. Like, even if she's at 70%, you play her. It's a big knockout game.
yeah,
Bronze tells BBC, I think at the end we created enough chances to at least get one goal back, which might have swung it a little bit. In the first half, they started really well. They did start really well. Arsenal did start. On the
yeah.
front foot. I thought when all those corners were happening, there were like some 6 or 7 corners in a row. I did think that Chelsea should have made more of one of those opportunities. I did feel like it
Yeah.
was a little bit of a wasted like situation.
I something I really hate when teams do this. Like I just after a loss, right? I genuinely dislike it when players talk about how they created chance at the end. Obviously, you created chance at the end because like the team was just like letting you have the ball.
Yeah.
And like it's like don't talk about it, it doesn't matter, you know. You created it when like after giving up a completely cheap goal that Mariona scored. The other one, fine, whatever. Everyone was scattered out of position for the Mead goal. It is what it is. But the Mariona one just like was a proper dagger, is what it was.
Yeah.
Don't talk about like chances you created after like the 80th minute. I
Yeah.
can't be bothered with it.
Yeah, yeah. In the first half, they started really well, and it was like a bit of a basketball game. And then they were just clinical in the second half with the chances that they had. The second goal was a bit of a killer, two in quick succession. At the end, you saw us pushing, should have got a goal, and maybe could have nicked a point, but that's football. Yeah,
Yeah.
because, but honestly, like, I don't agree with this statement at all because I don't think at any point, like, I thought that Chelsea were going to be able to score two goals and nick a point. Like, it
No.
did not look likely that they would even score one. Even when they
Yeah.
were in the second half at the end, late stages, when Arsenal practically just gave them the ball and said, do what you will. I didn't think that there was enough there. Like I thought the movement from Aggie was good. I thought that JRK did bring a little bit of a difference. I did think that Lauren James had one or two good crosses into the box. But I at no point did I look at those balls and go, "This is a goal." And
Yeah.
sometimes with these, like when Beth Mead struck the ball, when Mariona got the ball, you were like, "This is a goal." You
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
kind of
Absolutely.
know.
And yeah, I mean, it's just yeah, it's just a lack of recognition of where your players are at. Like expecting Sam Kerr to put a shift in a front two is when she's coming back from an ACL injury. And let's be real, like it's gonna take her a while to come back to her best. It's like if at all she does that, hopefully she does. Expecting that out of Sam Kerr is just it's crazy. And yeah, I don't understand this. And I am sure she's gonna persist with this. Like maybe it'll become a front three at some point, but yeah, I feel like again we've discussed it, like I've said it multiple times before. Like the one thing that I hate in a manager is when they're like arrogant and keep trying the same thing over and over again instead of actually recognizing that there is an issue. And that is exactly this we've discussed this in a Barcelona context. That's exactly the kind of manager Sonia Bompastor is, and we're just gonna see her persisting with this, unfortunately.
So let me just ask you this straight out. Is it Do you think the problem is the players who are playing the back three, as Couture Criminal is saying, bronze out? Or do you think it is the back three itself that has to go?
I think we don't look fluid enough in a back three. I feel like we struggle, especially in possession. Like this back three doesn't work. Like to me, that is so sure. This back three definitely does not work. There's just not enough creativity and like cohesion there, and even to some extent skill. Like, why are you making Lucy Bronze? Like making Lucy Bronze play right center back against West Ham is one thing. In a London derby is a completely different thing. It's just not acceptable to me. The other thing is I feel like we just haven't looked fluid at all. And there have been times in this season where we've played a back four and we've looked much better. But that said, I feel like we might have looked slightly better with Kira Walsh in front of us. Like in front of the back three, sorry, in front of the back three. I feel like we the team kind of missed Chelsea, like some kind of controlling of tempo. We just couldn't calm the game down at some points, and even when we scored the concede when we conceded the first goal, like in that moment, right? I did not particularly feel like Arsenal were on top. It was a poor giveaway. Like I think Alyssa Thompson gets dispossessed by Russo. She just gets out muscled by Russo, and like Russo has enough time and space to make that pass into Mead. Um, so like for me, I feel like it's moments like that makes me feel like a back three is just not something that works for us. Like when Walsh is there, we look slightly better, but I still don't think that's the system we should go with.
Yeah, yeah. Even Stamford Bridge didn't show. Ellie didn't show up today. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Buchanan and Beyond with Gurma is out. Is out. Our best back three.
Yeah.
Uh, horses for courses. Sonia doesn't need to do it, especially against inferior opposition. Even this Arsenal team, it's just handing the initiative. So this is what troubles me about Chelsea, right? You have all of this like firepower in the midfield, up front, and with a back three, you effectively end up playing two
Yeah.
midfielders.
I swear.
And it's like giving the game away in a sense. I
It's
understand if it was because you have speed down your wings, but the truth is that Thompson is your only player, and she's playing centrally. So it's not even like you bring a lot of speed down your wings because you're conceding the midfield. So
yeah.
to me, it's not making sense in terms of like just how you're setting up. Like a back three works if Ellie Carpenter is in form and like bombing down the flanks on one side, and Baltimore is a fast player. Instead of Baltimore, there's a fast player bombing down on the other side. Because if you're the midfield is a huge fucking area to concede, so like
Yeah.
you then have to make sure that you have someone like JRK or someone like
Yeah.
Thompson playing those areas rather than playing centrally as Thompson does.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Like the issue is Thompson, she got past Fox or whoever, Rubenmoy, enough times in this game, I would say. The issue is again this, like the gap between the midfield and the forward line as well. Like it's massive. Like nobody is in the box when Thompson is ready to cross. Like why haven't you figured that out yet? Like this player has been with you for half a season, and you've still not figured out how to bring the best. Like everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Alyssa Thompson is rapid." Like she can't do anything if you, like she can't carry the ball and also cut inside the box and take on a player and shoot. Like that's too much. That's like that is part of her game, but there is nobody in support. Like just like utter garbage is what it is. Ash, you're muted.
Mariona and Little versus Captain and Cuthbert, it's a mismatch. I've always been wondering this. Like, Chelsea, I absolutely adore Cuthbert. I think Cuthbert, what she brings to a team is absolutely sensational. But Chelsea I don't know if they have that technical on the ball midfielder, someone of like both Mariona and Little
Yeah, no.
have this technical ability that I don't think Captain, like in comparison, like Captain has the potential maybe to get there, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it's a equal battle. And Chelsea is the best club in the WSL. You should ideally have the best midfielders.
No, that's
Uh,
never been the case. Like we've never had the best midfield in the WSL, despite winning it whatever times in a row. Our
yeah,
midfield has always been
but
shambles.
under Emma, you were playing a very different system. I feel like in
Correct.
this
Yeah.
system, you need to have the best midfielders.
It's just like I don't want to drag Cuthbert, man. Like she does the job that she can. I agree. Like sometimes not the most composed player on the ball, or not even that. Like she has enough composure on the ball. I think the issue with Cuthbert is, yeah, she's not the most progressive of midfielders, right? Like she's like, I would actually categorize her as like a defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like, and that's what she does best. Now,
yeah.
when you do have Walsh behind them, like behind Captain and Cuthbert, it just looks so much better because you do have some amount of creativity that's coming from Walsh. So Cuthbert can be left to do a job. Captain can do both, a little bit of both,
Yeah.
and that's where the balance comes from. Yeah, complete mismatch. There's no question about it.
Yeah. Thompson has not had her Carolyn moment. Not sure if Kai agrees. Like in between the quadrilogy versus City, we saw Carolyn emerge. Think we are still waiting to see the NWSL Alyssa Thompson.
Uh yeah, I think so. I mean the game at the Emirates could have potentially been that had we won the game. I feel like that game kind of became about everything else apart from actual football. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, uh, she has the stats to back it up, but I don't think we've seen that, that absolute fear a player can
Yeah.
strike in you. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Carolyn,
yeah.
but I mean, I'll just say this. I honestly don't think Carolyn is that good in front of goal. Like she can strike fear in you, but I actually don't rate as a goal scorer. Um, but yeah, that moment is absolutely right. I think Chelsea like resolved that issue in the third game pretty well at the Etihad and continued to do so into the next game. But yeah, I mean, after that goal that she scored, and it was a shit goal to concede. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a moment, and then um, suddenly everybody has been like everyone started talking about Carolyn as this player. And I mean, the other thing about Carolyn is also that she's not stayed fit long enough to for us to see enough of her. Hopefully we'll get to see more of her soon.
Yeah, I also feel like with Alyssa Thompson, this laying waste to defenses like she did in the NWSL, I feel like she's being slightly misused. Like, put her down the wing and have her bomb through, like change pace and beat Fox or beat whoever is there. I feel like uh, just and like
Yeah,
like if you have her like give her the ball quickly while going directly and have her bomb forward and get one on one with the goalkeeper. I haven't really seen enough of that, and I think that's a
yeah,
tactical thing and not Alyssa Thompson particularly.
absolutely. Completely agree. Like, I mean, when she came in, she was playing wing back, which is
Yeah,
just criminal. And
yeah,
then, like, it kind of got adjusted a little bit because you had Walsh. I mean, I'm
yeah,
guessing she was still playing wing back at that point, but like the issue today was we didn't have a Walsh to find Thompson
yeah,
because
yeah,
consistently that's how Thompson's been kind of scoring her goals
yeah,
or
yeah,
has
yeah,
been creating something because Walsh finds her because she has the
yeah,
ability to make that pass or see the
yeah.
space.
Do you think Walt coming back now solves all your problems, most of your
No,
problems?
no. Our problem is like Sonia's insanity, thinking that it like work.
Yeah, that's it. She's been misprofiled. That's part of it. She's a demolition expert, and we're trying to make her into a locksmith.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
swear.
agree. Absolutely agree. Um, okay, Arsenal. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought Ford had a quiet game, but apart from
Mm.
Ford, I thought that every single Arsenal player brought it today. Like even Catley, I remember this one point
Yeah.
where Catley had a header in the Chelsea box, and I'm just like, Steph Catley, what are you doing here?
Mm.
She fell
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
box. Remember, there was this we
yeah,
had a
yeah. I
scuffle type
remember this.
situation, and then
Mm.
she went back, and I'm just like, wait, what the hell are you doing in the Chelsea box to begin with?
Yeah,
And like Ruben Moy had that one like block sort of situation.
mm.
Fox were constantly bombing down with Mead
Yeah.
on that
Fox did
side.
Fox things very
Yeah,
clean.
Fox did
Yeah.
Fox things. McCabe had a few bad corners, I thought, but
Yeah.
overall decent performance. A good 7 out of 10. I'd give it
Yeah,
7.5 out
like
of
didn't
10.
even test McCabe and all, man. Like
Yeah,
throw Alyssa Thompson against Katie McCabe and see what happens. Like do that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Ellie Carpenter, anyway. But yeah, I mean, didn't test the back line. The midfield was
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, I thought
Russo was very
actually
good.
Stina and Russo for once combined really well. Like I thought that there was constantly like uh passing back and forth between them. I remember like Stina passing to Russo, Russo passing back to Stina in the Chelsea box,
Yeah.
and I was like, how are they getting so much space in the Chelsea box to begin with?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like play these little passes and nobody's there to intercept them. And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
and fair play to them. I mean, that's kind of how Arsenal play as well. Like it's part of their strength to find each other, know very well where each other needs to be. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
good performance from Arsenal for
Yeah,
sure.
Arsenal are at an end of an era, though. That's the truth. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that that's why they've given Rene Slegers like what is it, a 5 year 2029, right?
Yeah, 29.
They've given her a long contract. I'm guessing because it's the start of a project, and so I'm guessing now they're going to buy. And hopefully,
Yeah.
in the transfer window, they're going to buy some like peak or slightly younger than peak players, and then start rebuilding from there. Because
Yeah,
Kim Little,
absolutely.
for sure, I think is as much as respect as I have for her, is going to eventually get past her prime.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't think Kim Little should be a starting midfielder next season. Like if Arsenal let that happen, that's
yeah.
that's like a criminal offense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I think similarly with Beth Mead, I know Beth Mead is only 30 years old, but I do feel like Beth Mead slows the Arsenal team down a little bit. Maybe
Yeah,
great off the bench, maybe Olivia Smith will either take that position or it will go to somebody else.
yeah,
Similarly, there are a lot of small changes I see coming in the. There is a rebuild there at Arsenal,
yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
and I'm guessing that Russo will be at the center at 26. I think Russo will be at the center of that rebuild. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, but they have the ingredients there. I think that there is. It's not looking all like dar for Arsenal, even though this season they might not win anything. Ellie
yeah.
23, Alicia 21, LG 24, Captain 20, Aggie 22 compared to Ford's, Little, Stina, Mead. Great win, but it's over.
Ellie Carpenter is 23 years old. I don't know why I thought she was like 25. Oh,
I
that's
think she's
young.
older than 23.
Oh,
Ellie Carpenter. I
are
think she was
you
like 24 or something.
are you questioning good her criminal
25. She's
society?
25.
That's what I was like that. I remember her being 23 like a while ago. But anyway, Ash, shall we like quickly talk about the title race and maybe wrap up?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, the title race. Is it over? Has City won the title today?
I mean, that's what our previous preview video said. Um, yeah, I think it's done, isn't it? I mean, even like making up a 6 point gap was a big ask. Making up a 9 point gap in the WSL is just impossible.
Yeah, especially so late in the season. I don't see.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not yet a 9 point gap. Who knows?
Hmm.
LCL could beat City.
I
Uh,
did predict that LCL would beat City. That would be interesting
yeah, I mean, you
turnaround.
did also predict
Edemeister
that
for the
Chelsea
win.
would win today. Uh,
I did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. I sure did.
Okay, so 33, currently it is 33 to Chelsea's 27. That might change to 36 to Chelsea's 27. But the more interesting question, I think, Kai, is looking at this points table currently. Chelsea is on 27 points. Arsenal are on 26 points. Spurs are on 23 and United are on 22. Uh, do you,
Okay, there is a fair gap between Chelsea and United then. Oh, Spurs is there. Oh, sorry. Forgot about Spurs. How far
No,
behind are
we don't count
Spurs?
as much. We are 23, so if we win
But a game
tomorrow, we will be
hand, right?
26.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Similarly, with United, if they will be 25, so there will be a 2 point gap. You still have to beat them.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting because I mean Chelsea could potentially finish third on the table because I mean Chelsea still have City to play as well as United to play. Arsenal only have
Yeah,
City to play. So
yeah.
I mean we'll have to wait and see
I
how
mean, not that it matters, but you also have Spurs to play.
yeah, we have Spurs to play. Absolutely, absolutely. We have Spurs to play as well.
I'm
It's
making everybody laugh in the comments, I'm guessing.
no. It's a very valid point. Like Spurs have
Yeah,
been taking points off of like I
yeah,
mean they did take points off of Arsenal. So
yeah.
yeah, I think if Ho sets Spurs up like slightly more positive, than he did in the game at Kingsmeadow. I feel like there's a real shot there. But yeah, I mean, Chelsea are definitely at the risk of finishing third, not even second. So we'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
First win for Arsenal in 8 years at the Bridge. Great job by Renee. Ellie is 25. My bad. Imagine if today's game was at the Emirates. If Arsenal was playing at home, I think Chelsea would have lost anyway. What do you
Mm.
think? Yeah, I mean, I think if they played like this, it doesn't matter where they played, they would have lost. Chelsea will
I
finish
mean,
second, Ash. We are not in a race with you guys. Yeah, yeah. I know. I didn't think you were either. That's why I was laughing to myself. It's just something I say to rile you guys up. Meaning Arsenal,
yeah,
Spurs, and United, we will finish second comfortably. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel in your stadium, Ash, it's disadvantage for you. Your chance was at a smaller stadium like Kings Meadow. Yeah, I honestly don't see us winning either against Arsenal or Chelsea. I'll be honest, I don't
when
even
you're
see us
playing at
qualifying in the
the
top three.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Chelsea.
No, I don't think so. But like, we will have to see. I think some of the games have been played at this Hotspur Stadium. I'm not sure what
Oh,
the
like Brisbane Road pitch is like bigger than
yeah,
the Kingsmeadow pitch is
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
they say.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
like even otherwise, I think I don't think I don't care. It doesn't matter what pitch we play on. We probably will lose to you.
Yeah,
I'm not. Spurs is really not in contention. Like I know I should be ambitious about my team and be like, oh, we are in contention for the top three. But I think that there are three very big teams. United have strengthened. They're slightly
yeah,
behind on the points, but they have strengthened, and they have both teams to play still. I mean, not Arsenal, but they
yeah,
have. Uh, Chelsea to play and they have Spurs to play. And Chelsea have all of these teams to play apart from Arsenal. So
yeah.
I feel like uh, it's pretty like competitive.
Yeah, and like no slip ups. Uh, can't slip up. Absolutely. I mean, Chelsea could potentially finish third because United, you know, like yeah, I don't know. It's you can't slip up. That's it. Unacceptable.
So I think it will be a tough game versus Spurs if it's at Brisbane Road. I thought it was at the
No,
main
it's
stadium.
happening at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's what my foot mob says.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. that's what I was saying that I have to check because all the big derby games are happening at the Spurs
Yeah,
stadium. Uh, but oh my god, I don't. Y'all Spurs are not in this conversation. I just feel like there's enough competition between United, Arsenal, and Chelsea. I don't even need to bring Spurs into the picture here. I mean, if it
yeah,
happens, I would be the first person shouting it off the rooftops. Y'all will never hear the end of me.
yeah,
But it's not likely. Um, anyway, I feel like also Chelsea win. Yeah, I mean, I am quite comfortable telling you that Spurs versus Chelsea. If I was a gambler, neutral, I would put my money on Chelsea every time. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
love
feel
that
like
you're saying that after today. But yeah, maybe on Spurs. But yeah, yeah. All right. I think maybe that's a wrap, Ash.
yeah, that's a
I
wrap.
don't have to.
Congratulations to Arsenal. Well played. I don't even know if they played well. Actually, I just think Chelsea played badly. I'll be
Did
honest.
okay. Yeah, Chelsea were rubbish. Yeah, didn't turn up.
Yeah, Spurs have arrived. Yes, that's that. Coutinho criminals would take my case the whole day.
Yeah.
But hey, one day Coutinho criminal, we could say that without sarcasm. That brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all of those wonderful things. We will see you now with our review episode for the WSL weekend. Bye bye and have a nice day.